guys, it's the Doll Place, and today we're going to be doing a very different type of video where we're going to be going into an in-depth analysis on every girl of the year there has been thus far.
And we're going to be ranking each of them based on their look, their story, their personality, their entire collection, their meet outfit, basically everything there is to each girl of the year. We'll be rating them on a scale of 1 to 10 for everything.
Just a quick disclaimer before we start the video. We are no means trying to bash a particular girl of the year. It's really just our opinions. So don't get too hurt if we mention your favorite girl of the year.
Because everyone has a different opinion about each doll. Every girl can connect with a girl of the year in a different way and relate to them. And some people just see beauty in dolls a different way, and there's no right or wrong way to think of a girl of the year. So there are 17 girl of the years in total, so without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay guys, so the very first girl of the year is Lindsay Bergman, girl of the year 2001. And the first thing we're going to be judging her on is her name, Lindsay Bergman.
And to me, that just doesn't roll off the tongue. I'm not very fond of the name Lindsay. It's a little... you can tell it's very dated.
The rating we would have to give for Lindsay Bergman's name is a
3.5?
Okay guys, the next thing we're rating Lindsay on is her appearance. Just the overall look of this doll. She is not beautiful.
Definitely isn't the ugliest doll I've ever seen in my life.
Honestly, she's just kind of average. I wouldn't think of this doll to be the most photogenic doll. On a scale from 1 to 10, I'd give her a 5.
Moving on, we're going to be talking about her meet outfit and her collection.
Overall, I think that this outfit does go with the time that she was released. The early 2000s were not exactly the best era of fashion, I'm going to admit that. So I can't really blame her for having this, but it's still, compared to the other girl of the years, not a pretty meet outfit, and I am just not a fan.
So as for her collection, because she was the first girl of the year, they were kind of figuring things out, and she didn't have a collection, just some accessories that you could get.
Her computer, along with some books and a computer bag, and then her scooter, and that's it. That was all there was to Lindsay. She was the first girl of the year, so she was kind of the way that they were testing it, and they definitely have gone up from there with collection.
Her overall collection, including her meet outfit, gets a 2 from me.
Just because there's not much of a collection to even judge, and the part that we do see is not great. Okay guys, so moving on from that, now we're going to be judging Lindsay on her overall story. So basically, to give a overall synopsis of Lindsay's story, she is the kind of person who just wants to help out and fix things, and she tries to stop a pet parade, and she gets 2 teachers to try to fall in love, and she helps her brother with his bar mitzvah, and yeah, so she's kind of just trying to fix everything. And she's described as kind of a little quirky and strange, and nobody really likes her. That's kind of her story. So, kind of doesn't really have too much going on. She's just kind of awkward.
Again, you can tell that she was the first girl of the year. You can tell that they didn't know what they wanted with her story, and they just kind of made her seem like a basic average girl, which I get in some way. That's what girl of the years are supposed to be. But if you move on to later girl of the years, such as Isabel, she's in this prestigious dance school and everything like that. So I feel girl of the years did start to bend the realm of actual reality, and this was just very basic as far as story goes, just following a girl around.
So overall, her story and personality, I'm gonna give her a 3. Overall, Lindsay's rating averages out to about a 3. And once again, we have to give her credit because she was the first girl of the year, and she sort of got the ball rolling. So congrats to Lindsay. She got this idea out here. She just didn't execute it greatly.
Okay guys, so now we're moving on to Kaylee Hopkins, Girl of the Year 2003. So right out of the gate, let's talk about the name Kaylee Hopkins.
Overall, it's not the worst name I ever heard, but I still think that it's not great. It's definitely an upgrade from Lindsay Bergman.
And I just overall think that Kaylee Hopkins is a really average name, so I would give that a 5 out of 10.
Okay guys, so now for the overall appearance of Kaylee. And overall, I think that she is a really pretty doll. I mean, I don't really have any complaints about her look.
And yeah, there's not anything particularly special about her, but I do think that she does make a very pretty doll.
I'd give her about a 7 on the beautifulness scale. So moving on to Kaylee's collection, the first thing is of course her meet outfit. She's got a lot if you purchase her like accessories with her meet outfit.
And I do really think that her meet outfit is pretty cute. The only thing I would say is the collar kind of irritates me because she kind of looks like she's about to recite Shakespearean quotations. But other than that, I think it's really adorable.
So moving on to the rest of Kaylee's collection. For her other outfits, she has this bikini set. It's overall okay. I mean, it's not like bad. It's just like your basic doll bathing suit. So, and you know, it's necessary for Kaylee because she's like likes the ocean. And then we have this wetsuit. And I think that this is actually really cute for your doll to have like a wetsuit. I think it's adorable. So that is her outfits. And then the accessories you can buy for her are her dog, Sandy, this snorkeling set, a towel, and this boogie board for Kaylee. And I think it's definitely an upgrade from Lindsay only having one outfit. So her overall collection, I would give a 6 out of 10 just because you could start to see bigger collections for the Girl of the Years, and I think that hers is pretty cute. So now we're going to be ranking Kaylee's story. So Kaylee lives in California and she loves the ocean and body surfing and likes to visit tide pools and surf with her best friend Tess. But the main conflict of the story is that a new development is trying to remove the local tide pools, so basically Kaylee works to try to save those and protect the wildlife and all of that kind of thing. And she becomes an environmental activist over the course of her story. So overall, I think this is a really cute story. I mean, I could definitely relate to Kaylee.
If you guys don't know this, we actually live in California and we love California beaches and being at the beach, so I could definitely, you know, relate with Kaylee.
Overall though, her story is fun, but not like to read, and it's not amazing, it's not horrible, it's just like her saving tide pools.
So I would give her story like a 5.5.
So her overall score averages to about a 5.8. Kaylee was definitely an upgrade from Lindsay in my opinion. Next is Girl of the Year 2005, Marisol Luna. And the first thing, of course, we're judging her on is her name.
So Marisol is Hispanic, so the name Marisol Luna definitely fits in with her heritage.
And I think that it is like a pretty name. I really like the last name Luna, and it really does roll off the tongue, and
it's just overall a very pretty name to me.
I'd give her like a 7.5 on the name scale just because I think it's a really pretty name.
Okay, moving on to appearance. She was the first Girl of the Year, but definitely not the last, to have the Josefina face mold.
And I feel like they used the Josefina mold correctly, obviously, because she is Hispanic and like that Josefina is Hispanic, so that it makes sense that she has that mold rather than just like the classic. Overall, I think that like her skin tone with the Josefina face mold is really pretty. For her look, I would rate her about 9 because I really think that she looks like a model almost. Okay guys, so moving on to her collection, we're going to be starting with her meet outfit.
I definitely love how many pieces come with this meet outfit, but I do think that you can see that it's dated again, but I don't think that's a negative per se, because it definitely looks like she belonged in the year 2005. As someone who owns a lot of pieces from her meet outfit, I can say that I use that purple crisscross cardigan like in every outfit. It's very cute. I don't think that her meet outfit overall is very strong, but there are some pieces in there that when used separately are very cute.
The first outfit is Marisol's ballet outfit.
And as someone who has been doing ballet since I was literally like 2 years old, I can tell you that once you pass the age of 5, if you're wearing a pink leotard, people are going to judge you. So I'm not a fan of that.
So I don't think it's really accurate to like your ballet outfit, but I think it's still a cute outfit. So the next outfit in Marisol Luna's Jonah's collection is Marisol's Spotlight outfit. I think that this outfit overall is pretty cute, and I think that it's cool that you could buy like a whole stage for your doll.
It's giving me like Black Swan Odile vibes, but
I think
it's cute.
It's a really cool dance outfit to have if you have a doll that dances. Moving on to her next outfit, we have Marisol's Tap outfit.
Now, this definitely looks like a sparkly cowboy to me.
The last outfit Marisol has is Marisol's Jazz outfit, and this actually could only be purchased if you purchased her performance trunk, which came with like boas and like pictures and a lot of stuff.
It kind of looks like something a cheetah girl would wear.
Yeah.
It's not giving me jazzy vibes. It's giving me like hip-hop vibes?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of this. And that is the last outfit of Marisol's, but she also has her duffel bag and her cat. Yeah, so like I could purchase this same cat now, it's just this one's like laying down and it's cute. Well, I only really like half of her collection. I'd give her like a 5 on a scale from 1 to 10 because like I said, half of her collection is not my favorite. Now on to Marisol's story. Marisol is, at the start of the book, she lives in Pilsen, which is a neighborhood in Chicago, Illinois. She lives with her father and mother in like a Latino influenced neighborhood, but she ends up having to move away from her neighborhood to a suburb. And this means that she's leaving her dance studio and she doesn't have another dance studio where she's going. So like she's like a dancer and she primarily dances in like the ballet folklorico, I think I'm pronouncing that right. And she does like ballet, jazz, all that kind of stuff. And she's just like adjusting to a new neighborhood. So yeah, it's a pretty okay story.
Yeah, the one thing I do appreciate about Marisol is she was, of course, the original dancer, Girl of the Year. I also do love the cultural aspect of it, coming from a Hispanic background, and, you know, the florico style of dance is represented, and I think that's really cool and interesting. So I'd actually give her story like a 6.5.
Get the average of all of Marisol's scores, she ends up with about a 7, and yeah, I think that she was a really good Girl of the Year. Moving on to Girl of the Year 2006, we have Jess McConnell.
And so to start with her name, Jess McConnell, I like the name Jess. McConnell kind of feels like you're saying McDonald's with an accent, so there's that.
I'm gonna give her name like a
6.
Now we're going off her look. So Jess McConnell was the first doll to have the Jess mold, obviously. She really brought something to American Girl, obviously, with the Jess face mold.
And honestly, I think she is such a gorgeous doll. And when you line up all the Girl of the Years together, she definitely stands out. I think she's stunning.
I would give Jess a 9 on a scale from 1 to 10, just because I think there's nothing bad really about her. Now on to her collection. Of course, we're going to be starting with her meet outfit. I'm not gonna lie, guys, I don't like her meet outfit whatsoever.
I don't know what they were going for here.
It's like the shape of the skirt, everything is just wrong. I feel like they could have even just chose a different color and it would be better. So now looking at the rest of her collection. Starting off, we have her pajamas. Like, how cute this is compared to her meet outfit.
This is probably, I think, the first pajamas within a Girl of the Year collection, and it does not fall into the Girl of the Year pajama rut, which so often happens, and I'm really weirdly passionate about, where they just do a t-shirt and shorts. You'll see that in the later collections.
So moving on to her next outfit, we have Jess's 2-in-1 kayaking outfit. It's cute. I mean, like,
I don't mind it. If I was in this position, I would have wished that the tankini was sold separately, because I would just buy that.
Because I'm not a fan of the rash guard. Now on to Jess's accessories. We have Jess's travel accessories. I think it's really cute. Next is Jess's kayak and gear. I feel like you would see this as like one of her bigger items because it started where a lot of Girl of the Years had like their show-stopping item.
I think that's a really fun addition to her collection.
Next is Jess's tree swing, and this was $44. There are 3 buttons on the base. When pushed, they play jungle noises. And these take batteries, and honestly, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, the thing that I struggle with this item is I don't see a situation in which you would use this.
Now we have Jess's motor scooter and helmet, and this was $65.
And I just think it's really cute and fun. Like, who doesn't want their doll to be scootering?
And that is all of her collection. And overall, overall, I would give her collection a 7.5 because I feel like this was really the time when you started to get pieces rather than just clothes so that you could kind of like create the doll's story a bit more.
Now we're going to move on to her story.
The daughter of 2 archaeologists from Michigan, and in her book she goes to Belize on a dig with her parents, and she is uninterested in the actual like archaeological work, but she likes to learn and imagine the lives of like the Mayan people, and that's like the artifacts that her parents are studying. And she's in 4th grade and she's homeschooled on this trip, so I think that's pretty cool. But she ends up getting caught in an archaeological exploration. Her best friend is of Mayan descent and her name is Sarita Bowl, I think I'm pronouncing that right. And they end up fostering like a parrot and they name it together, and she also likes playing soccer, and yeah, so it's just like a little bit of an adventure studying Mayan stuff, and she knows a girl that's of Mayan descent, so it's pretty cool. I mean, it's unique.
One thing I love noticing about Girl of the Year stories is the occupation of her parents. Like, some of them get ridiculous. I think this one isn't as far-fetched as some in the future, but I think this is pretty cool. Overall, I'd give her story like a 6.
So in the end, all of her scores average out to a 7 on a scale from 1 to 10, and I think that I agree with this, and she's like not a bad Girl of the Year. Now, moving on to Girl of the Year 2007, Nikki Fleming.
So let's talk about the name Nikki Fleming. To be honest, this might be one of my least favorite Girl of the Year's names. Fleming, it sounds like you got phlegm, you know, like mucus in your throat, and Nikki Fleming, it's just...
So yeah, her name, I'd have to give her like a 2. Moving on to her look. I think she is a pretty doll, but she's kind of basic. There's nothing striking about her. I mean, her eyes are really pretty. She just doesn't look quite like our Winnie. So like...
But yeah, she's a pretty doll, and I definitely think that she is gorgeous, and if you didn't have our Winnie, then you might like her, and...
I'd give her like a 6 on the look. Okay guys, so now on to Nikki's collection, starting with her meat outfit.
Overall, I don't mind this meat outfit. It definitely looks a bit more modern than the previous Girl of the Years that we've looked at.
Alright, so now going on to the rest of Nikki's collection, we have Nikki's ranch outfit. I just don't see why anyone would use this. I'm just not a fan. Moving on to Nikki's gala outfit, but the shirt, the neck part, I don't even know. It's like a weird looking shirt. The color is cute, and like I get that they were trying to match it, but can you do a different style? Now we have Nikki's tie top and shorts.
Overall, this is definitely a better outfit of hers. I think it's pretty cute, especially when compared to the previous outfit we just looked at.
Now on to Nikki's ski wear outfit. I mean, if your doll's going skiing, this is good, but like...
It's not great. Moving on to her accessories, of which she has quite a few.
Nikki's straw hat, and yeah, this is just your basic straw hat. The next accessory for Nikki is Nikki's dog in training, Sprocket.
Yeah, this is really cute.
The next accessory is Jackson the horse. So yeah, he's pretty cool if you're interested in horses. Then we have Jackson the horse's tack box. So yeah, just all his tack.
And then we have this whole set of Nikki's ski gear. So that's pretty cool.
And this goes along with her ski outfit. So that is Nikki's whole collection. I really am just not a big fan of Nikki's collection.
So I would give her collection 3.5. Yeah, I'm just not a fan. Moving on, we're going to talk about Nikki's story. So Nikki is 10 years old and she is living outside of Denver, Colorado. She is the oldest daughter. Her mother is expecting twins. Her whole family owns a ranch called the Twilight Ranch, where they raise pigs for slaughter? Yeah, I'm just gonna let that marinate with you for a while.
That was not a good choice of words, kids.
So yeah, they're just like raising pigs for slaughter, but they also have horses. Keep those for pets. Living that ranchy life. Before Nikki was born, her mother trained service dogs, and her mother was planning on taking on a new dog, but learned she was pregnant with twins and she was gonna have to restrict her activities. So Nikki is not very good at standing up for herself, so she doesn't really want to take care of the service dog, but she decides to anyway. So in a way, we can relate to Nikki, because we do have a blind grandma, and for the longest time, she had guide dogs and service dogs. Love service dogs. I think they do great work and they're sweethearts, and I really do love that aspect of Nikki's story. So she takes on training Sprocket and getting involved in planning of the gala celebration. Yeah, it's a little all over the place with the artists and the skiing and the ranch and the dog. It's a lot to take in. For me, her story gets like a 3.
So this evens out her like total ranking to a 4 on a scale from 1 to 10, and I mean, like, she just was kind of a girl of the year. I don't really see too much in her that I would like go back and try to buy her. She just kind of filled in that year.